Hello everybody on YouTube. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, if you guys can please subscribe to my page, kindly give the video a thumbs up. Thank you, and I really appreciate your guys' love and support. Now, tonight's video is called Things to Know as a First-Time Tourist in Colombia. Now, the reason I decided to touch this subject tonight was for the simple fact that we get a lot of American tourists as well as tourists from different parts of the world that are going to Colombia, and they're walking up on a situation up code. Now, I wrote down a list from 1 through 10 that is going to help you before traveling to Colombia. Now, this is going to help you in many ways, avoid headaches, and it might even save your life. Now, we're going to start off with the list. Number 1, mandatory. An address of where you're going to be staying at. Now, Colombian immigration services are going to ask you for a current address. If you do not present this current address, they will not allow you access into the country. Okay? And if you don't have a friend out there in Colombia that can give you an address, that's fine. There's no need to worry or go into panic mode. You can always use an address of the hotel you're going to stay at. And if you're not going to stay in that hotel, you can still use that address so that way you can have access to the country. Okay, that's number 1. Now, number 2, list of places of where you're going to be going to. Now, it's very important that you start looking up videos on YouTube, start writing the places down of places that catches your interest, so that when you go to Colombia, you're not like, where should I go? What should I do? You know what I mean? Because time is money. And every minute that you're going to be in Colombia, you have to go and use it to its fullest potential. Okay? That's number 2. Now, number 3. Number 3, not to lend out money. Now, the reason I tell you guys not to lend out money, because this can put you guys in a situation without even, there's no need for it. I'm telling you this because I lend out a guy 20,000 pesos colombianos. And he was dicking me around for 20,000 pesos colombianos. And then half hour later, the guy was asking me if I can lend him 100,000 pesos colombianos. And I felt something funny, so I just told him that, basically I wasn't doing good with money, that, I was short on cash. So we left it at that. Now, every time that we would bump into each other, he would always tell me, oh, I'm going to pay you tomorrow. And every time he would bump into me, he would always tell me the same thing. So I just told him, you know what? There's no need to pay me. Just leave it at that. Because I didn't want to, start drama over 20,000 pesos colombianos. It's chump change. It's chump change. But in certain countries, people will kill for $1. And that's just a common fact, Now, number 4, no dar papaya. No dar papaya is, walking around with expensive gold chains and flossing your iPhone, your watch, and your expensive brand new iPhone and stuff like that. Stuff of value, that, they can flip out there an expensive brand new iPhone in a blink of an eye, because those phones are, the alta gama, high-tech phones. So, just keep in mind, do not dar papaya. That's number 4. Now, number 5, learning the basic Spanish. I tell you guys this in most of my videos. It's up to you if you pour the interest into this. Now, in the long run, it's going to pay off. If you dedicate half hour to 45 minutes, one day yes, one day no, or, every day, I guarantee you, and I shit you not, that when you least expect it, you're going to become really good at it. And one day, you will conquer both languages, English and Spanish, or, Spanish and whatever other language you talk. Okay? That's very important that you learn the basic Spanish. Buenos dias, good morning, buenas tardes, good afternoon, buenas noches, good night, stuff like that. Hola, hi, adios, bye. Stuff like that will get you a long way. Okay? Number 6, do not get involved in other people's problems. Now, this is a very common practice that happens in Colombia. A lot of people sometimes that tend to have partner disputes and they start fighting, And in Colombia, I'm not trying to bash every guy out there, because we have good guys out in Colombia too. But sometimes the guys, you know what I mean, they like to hit on their women, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like a little macho thing you can say, you know? And that only happens in Colombia, it happens in different parts of the world. So I'm not just going to pinpoint it, that's just Colombia. No, this happens in different parts of the world. Okay? So do not get involved in disputes out there. If it doesn't concern you, leave it at that and keep it pushing, because there's been cases where people have gotten into altercations and, you know, people have lost their lives, you know what I mean, because in a dispute anything can happen, and especially when two people are going against each other, you know what I mean, that person's already heated as it is. He can have a shank, a knife, or he can have a gun, and that's just a conflict right there you want to avoid. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Number 7, don't let people know how much money you have. Now, this is a very common practice that happens, that sometimes tourists, you know what I mean, they want to pop out their wallet to impress the female that they're rolling with, but not knowing that that female that they're rolling with could be a person that's out, you know what I mean, trying to study them, trying to make them feel at ease, and trying to get to know more about them to rob them. And sometimes these females, I'm not saying all of them, but sometimes these females have friends that are atracadores, that are basically out robbing and looking for prey. Now, in every part of the world, you have a group of people that post up in a certain area, okay? I can't say all the pinpoints because, you know what I mean, they're everywhere around the world and in different parts of the city. Now, these people move around in small cells and, you know what I mean, they're just out looking for prey. They're scavengers, they're bottom feeders. So it's very important that you always keep yourself, you know what I mean, at ease, and always watch your surroundings and who you're with. Okay? That's number 7. Number 8, don't bring people back to your room. Now, this is a very important thing that I talk about in a lot of my videos. There is no need to bring somebody back to your room, especially if you do not know this person. I know you guys want to have girlfriend and boyfriend time. That's fine. If you want to do that, if less you know this person 1000% is not your first trip to Colombia, I would not recommend it. If it's your first, second, third time, and you know this person, you vibe with the family, you know what they're about, you spend the night in the house, they treat you as family, that's probably different. But if you're just, you know what I mean, bringing up any random, beautiful paisa girl that you don't even know, because you have to keep in mind, you have Colombian girls that are coming from different parts of Colombia, and you also have the new trend right now that's in style, girls from Venezuela that are out, you know what I mean, doing their thing. And you don't know what type of habits these females may have. You got your expensive laptop, your expensive camera gear, maybe a couple of thousand laying around, and jewelry of value. You have to be on point. I wouldn't recommend it unless you know this person individually. Now, number 9, always watch your drink. This is a very common practice. A lot of females nowadays are using escopolomina. This is not only happening in Colombia, it's happening in different parts of the world, but is in style right now. And if they pour enough escopolomina into your drink, enough can kill a horse. Okay? This is a very potent drug that comes from a flower in Colombia, and they call it burundanga in Argentina. So just keep in mind that, you know what I mean, you have to always watch your drink. Never drink anything that somebody already has open for you. Never do that. Okay? Number 10, always being aware of your surroundings. Always being aware of my surroundings. I always on point. I don't like giving people my back. I like to watch my surroundings. I'm a people person, but I'm very observative. If I see you and I read you and I feel that something's not right there, if I feel a gut instinct that's telling me, because one thing is to be nervous, that's normal, but if there's something in my gut telling me that, you know what I mean, I'm not feeling you, I'm not even going to argue with you. I'm just going to casually but driftly just move away and keep it moving, because I'm there to enjoy my stay in Colombia. I'm not there for drama. And the reason I decided to make these videos was because in 2015, when I met this Colombian girl, there was videos about stuff in Colombia, but they don't really talk about the deal, what it is. You know what I mean? They talk about, they sugarcoat everything that Colombia is. I mean, Colombia is a beautiful country. Don't get me wrong, but Colombia, just like every other part of the world, has two sides. It's got its good side and it has its evil side. Now, to avoid drama, you know what I mean, it's very important that you guys pay attention to everything that I say, because this is going to help you, my friends, in the long run. Okay? I wish that before I would have went out to Colombia, so would have just fed me the business and gave it to me the way I give it to you guys. You know what I mean? Here you guys are not only my subscribers, you guys are part of my second family, and it's my obligation, not only as an American tourist, but as an American paisa from Medallo, you know what I mean, to help you guys and inform you guys so that way your stay in Colombia will be the best. Okay? Now, if you guys have any questions, any suggestions, please make sure to leave them on the video below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. We're trying to get this video up to 300 thumbs up. If you guys can please smash that thumbs up button, it's really going to help my channel grow. And if it's your first time coming to my channel, if you guys can please subscribe to my page and give my video a thumbs up. Thank you. I really appreciate your guys' love and support. Good night, happy Sunday, and God bless you guys. Bye-bye.